On New Year's Day in the year 2015, Justin Rich, his son, his daughter-in-law, and his granddaughter decided to go to the movies. Now, Justin was all dressed for this event because anytime he went out in public, he was dressed to the T's. He had a whizzy pair of Argyle socks, a stylish shirt that matched perfectly the vest. He might as well have just stepped out of a Ralph Lauren photo shoot. Here he was, 87, didn't look a day over 65. This was a popular day to go to the movies. Crowds of people were in the foyer. And if you wanted anything from the concession bar, which the family did, you had to wait in a big line. You couldn't move a bit to the right or to the left. You could just inch forward bit by bit till you finally reached the concession counter. Well, JR, now that was the name his family affectionately called him, was JR. JR didn't waste any time. He did what he usually does in all of his life, which is make the best of friends wherever he goes. He notices a man right in front of him with a woman, both about in their 40s. And he says to him, "Excuse me, are you with her? Because she is so beautiful. But you are well..." Yes. And the man laughed, gave JR a little nudge because he knew he was just having fun with him. And before long, JR knew all about this couple's lives, and they knew all about JR's lives. They even found they had things in common, like they both loved cars and planes. JR's daughter-in-law, during this conversation, is slightly behind him and to the right, and she's trying to participate somewhat in the conversation, but she's making mental notes and asking herself, how is it that JR makes every person he meets feel like they're the most important person around when he's talking with them? Those are the notes his daughter-in-law is taking. 10 years later, JR has just been admitted to a rehabilitation hospital because he fell and broke his hip. His same son and daughter-in-law are visiting. They've brought a photo album of JR's from the 1950s to help take his mind off the pain and the discouraging situation. Well, JR starts looking at the photos and retelling the stories of these first-class people. That's what he called everybody. They were first class, top drawer. And as he was telling these stories and looking at these pictures, it brought to his mind the memory of his father. Now, his father, Royal, was one of the few exceptions in which JR could not speak in glowing terms. It pained him any time he talked about his father. You see, Royal was an inheritor of many shares of stock, along with Royal's siblings and Royal's mother. They received this inheritance of stocks when Royal's father, a well-known turn-of-the-century industrialist, millionaire, passed away. Well, years had passed. They'd received these shares of stock, and the family business from Royal's father, the well-known millionaire, was losing money hand over fist. And the family came desperately to Royal and asked him to please quit his profitable law practice and become the president of the family company so it might become profitable again. Well, Royal agreed to do so. It took many years to get it profitable again, but it happened under Royal's care. But then the Great Depression came. And the family, the shareholders, which were mostly family members, they wanted more money. And they came to Royal and said, "We want more money. We want an increase in our dividends." And Royal said, "It can't be done. The company will fail. We cannot do it." And they said, "We'll see about that." They went behind his back and they voted Royal out altogether. So Royal lost the position as president, and he had good reason to be concerned about increasing those dividends because it wasn't too long later that the company failed. Royal was left feeling greatly discouraged, despondent, depressed from this whole circumstance, along with the tragic death of his oldest son. It was at this time that a doctor told his wife, "You've got to get him out of town. He's got to get away from all this. That would help him heal." And she did. Now, at the time, J.R., Royal's son, was about 1.5 years old. And his parents left his much older 4 sisters and young 18-month-old J.R. in the care of a nanny. And they went on a 1-year world cruise. When they returned, his mother was ready to embrace J.R. and be that loving mother. But his father, he was not recovered. He was not interested in being a father to J.R. He was bothered by him. He dismissed him. He had very little to do with him. He was disappointed in J.R. So as J.R. begins to recall this circumstance with his father and where he had to seek love elsewhere from uncles and extended family members, then all of a sudden, J.R. stopped talking and he was looking directly at his daughter-in-law at the time. But now he seemed to not see her. It was like he was looking through her. And his eyes became full of tears, and his face went from pain to an expression of understanding and compassion. And then he said with much emotion, "My dad's life was hell. The pain for him would not stop." Then he expressed words of understanding and forgiveness towards his father, Royal, as tears rolled down his cheeks. It wasn't too long later that J.R. passed away. And as that daughter-in-law that saw that moment, that merciful moment from God, that allowed J.R. to see an eternal, a celestial view of his father, Royal, and to go through the transformation of feeling and looking like he was in pain to a feeling of understanding, a look of compassion, and words of forgiveness. I saw the mercy of God prepare J.R. to have a loving reunion, not just with his heavenly father, but with his earthly father, Royal. Justin Rich Eccles, born December 8th, 1928, and passed away December 14th, 2025. He was the grandson of the well-known industrialist millionaire David Eccles. J.R., your examples right here in my heart. I love you. For more faith-filled stories where we explore the sacred thread between generations, be sure to follow and subscribe. May God be with you until we meet again.